please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Welcome back. The market's in between the highs and the lows of the day today. So opened with a gap up and not able to sustain that gap, but not falling either. It's quite okay considering that we had a big run on Wednesday as well. The stock of the moment now is Titan. Just pull out that stock intraday. Again, we've been talking about perhaps a range breakdown for some time, but that hasn't happened. And once again, 790 was the low on Wednesday. From there, of course, the rally started, and that rally has continued today. So 1.5% higher is what you have on Titan right now. But we have sugar stocks in focus. Big boost for sugar stocks. The cabinet had on Wednesday approved increase in ethanol price by up to 25%. Vivek Saraogi, MD of Balrampur Chini, is with us. Vivek, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us. Things are turning for your sector, right? There's been slew of positive news over the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, morning Anuj. I think I especially like this announcement of the realistic pricing of B heavy from 47.5 to 52.5 and the juice to 59. See, this is the first time I think this price is absolutely realistic. There will be, to begin with, some diversion from sugar into ethanol via the B heavy route. I'm not sure of the juice route because that requires some more machinery, etc. So this, I think, is a win-win both for the industry, farmer, and even I think seeing the crude prices and rupee dollar landed cost for the OMCs. I think you'll see a lot of bidding happening this time in both C heavy and B heavy made ethanol. And we're hoping a lot of supplies, 10% blending would be a reality very soon. If not this year, next year.
Okay, so prices have been increased in B heavy molasses, sugarcane juice and C heavy, and that's a big positive. Vivek, hi, good morning. Can you just tell us what kind of capacity addition would this entail? What is the current capacity of ethanol production, and do you have any plans to up capacity? What would the monies be that you're looking to spend here?
Okay, Balrampur's registered capacity today is 11.88 crore liters. I think we've in the last board meeting announced that we're going to set up a distillery in Guleria. That's in process. Hopefully by December next year, that is December 19, that should be on the ground. So today is 11.88. With little balancing in this year, we should be able to, with some government permission, go to 12.5. And next year onwards, we'd be 18 crore plus.
Okay. Having said that, there's still pressure on the sugar business, right? I mean, I think the prices are back to 31, 32 per Vivek. So how are things stacking up now? On one side, there's pressure on the sugar business. On the other side, the other business is doing well. So overall, for the year, what's the outlook?
Anuj, see, yes, prices have come off a little bit. They're around that 31 level, maybe a tad lower also, 10-20 paisa. Having said that, see, ours is a combination. I'm talking for Balrampur to begin with.
Yes.
Ours is a combination where we have huge distillation capacity. We bid for everything. Our power sales are going up. And sugar, I think the government is also very soon going to look at the surplus, how to handle it next year. So I'm not saying that we are not hopeful. I'm very hopeful that one is going to look at exports next year, some realistic behavior from the state government. So my outlook is now pretty positive on the way governments are reacting. I'm hoping they should now. My main grouse is with the state government. They haven't done a thing.
Okay, yeah, that point is taken. But just coming back one second to the ethanol business. So you said that your capacity is going to go from 11.8 crore liters eventually to 18 crore liters. What would this do to your revenue stream from the ethanol business? How much do you expect it to grow, say, over the next 2 years?
See, Sonia, very difficult. If you just take a calculator and multiply, and if you do an average of B and C, and 18 into 4 is 720, maybe 800 crores could be the plus revenue from the ethanol business. But after the 18 crore is commissioned, could be 850 crores. So see, let's not look at the turnover and all that. If you want to see a meaningful understanding, this is a long-term movement, ability in the hand of the industry to move some sugar out of production into ethanol, whereby the sacrifice is well recognized in this price. So if you know, it's basically a ratio of 1.7, I would say. So you're getting 31, 32 rupees if you are doing your sacrifice in B-heavy. So that's not a bad thing. You don't produce that sugar, you don't have to export it. So the production would get tempered. The ability to temper production by the farmer's cane is sacrificed in some way in B-heavy. On top of that, if there's a proper export program, which we are hoping Centre should come up with. So in a surplus, if you can tackle it in this manner and very timely, and hopefully the state government backs up with their part of the responsibility, things are not bad.
So this price increase will, I mean, logically, lead to an improvement in margins, right? I mean, the ethanol business margins, EBIT margins, I understand, are around 30 to 35%. You think it could move up further?
See, I personally don't see in my company the sectoral accounting. You see the overall business.
Sure.
So it all depends on what your molasses transfer pricing is. So just see the movement, the C-heavy price has gone up, B-heavy has gone up. So, I'm very positively inclined towards their thinking. That is the majority of where my positiveness is emanating from.
Okay, of course.
From the central government side.
Yeah.
And I hope they should announce a proper export program.
Yeah, all your last three answers, you're talking about, central government separately and state government separately. Of course, it's a government led by same party, both in center and state. So it's quite interesting. Vivek, over the last 2 weeks, there's been some buzz in the market about the Saraogi family perhaps saying that enough is enough and trying to look for an exit from the business. Is this just market rumor or is there something to it?
I haven't heard anything. It's all you people who have heard. I haven't heard a thing. Obviously, it's rumors.
Okay, obviously it's rumors. So give us an outlook for this year again, Vivek. What kind of numbers you reckon you would report? Overall, still loss?
See, we don't give, no chance. We don't give guidances. However, your stock has been marked down on the opening inventory to 2587. So you have positivity there. I'm looking positively at ethanol, positively at power. And with an export program, I'm not seeing sugar prices go down. If they don't move up substantially, which I don't think they will, they would play in this 31, 32 range. So with good capacity, good recovery, extreme integration, and just hoping for some more realism from the state government, I have not seen a sort of a big surplus here being tackled so well and so timely.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for joining us and clarifying on a whole host of issues and talking about the business as well. All the best for the future. Well, that's some positives for
5.5% higher now on the stock, Balrampur Chini, and it's really remarkable, Sonia, the way the stock has rallied over the last 3 or 4 days. It's also caught a lot of people on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
A lot of people are short on sugar stocks because of cycle or whatever, and the way the stock has turned has been remarkable. But the market's cooling off a bit. I won't say a lot, a bit. But after the kind of big rally that we've seen, Advanced Decline still looking quite good. Prakash Kaba and Sandeep Wagle with us for fresh technical picks. Good morning to you again. Prakash, your thoughts on the first hour and your trades for now?
Well, the first hour looks so far okay, but I'm waiting for a dip. Possibly we'll see a dip to around 11,440. Do we buy there or not? I do not know. It's too stretched for me to buy. So I will wait I'll hold the buying. But yes, stock specific looks good to me. Ashok Leyland looks good. Possibly we'll see a target of around 136 in a day or two. Stop below 128 should be fine. I also like Eicher Motors is heading to levels closer to around 30,000. Matter of time, it should go there. Have a deeper stop below 29,000. I think it should be okay.
Okay, well, we have Sandeep Wagle also joining in. Sandeep, hi, good morning. What are the stocks that you would be looking to trade now?
Good morning, Sonia. I would go with a buy in a Bata, stop loss of 1045, target 1075, and a buy in a Jindal Steel, maybe on a bit of a correction, stop loss of 228, target 245.
Okay, those are some calls. Sandeep, you're just talking to the management of Balrampur Chini. Have you looked at it on the charts? Any thoughts here?
Well, Anuj, for me, that's a clear breakout. In fact, I had a view that the moment yesterday's high is crossed, and which is done with very, very convincingly. So that as a stop loss with 80.50, 80.40, I see the stock move to 87, 88.
Okay. We also have a big spike that's coming now in the oil marketing companies. So HPCL, BPCL, IOC, all up about 2 to 4 odd %. Prakash Gaba, you know, these are stocks that have not done well this year, but now they've started to move a bit, right? I mean, BPCL is up 3.5% today, but for the year it's still down 35%. Yes. So for an investor, what do you do here?
Short covering. Looks like a more of a short covering. It doesn't look like a buying opportunity so far. We have no idea. As far as HPCL is concerned, it can climb higher to maybe around 255, 256. And as far as BPCL is concerned, can go to around 355. Would I go out buy for a longer period of time? The answer is no. But yes, short-term buying could be possible.
Yeah, BPCL was one of our top 10 stocks, in fact, as well. So, you know, today there was good going for oil marketing companies. Crude down, rupee up, and of course, a decent combination, that one. Sandeep, this move on IT, today we've seen a bit of a decline. Are you buying into this, or you reckon the near-term move is over?
Well, Anuj, if your view is extremely short term, then I would say avoid. But if you have a positional view, I don't think IT is weak. IT is corrective, and that should be bought into. So maybe an NIIT would be an ideal choice, maybe on a correction towards 1280, 1260. I still have a target of 1400 in NIIT Tech, but not for the next day or two. Talk of the next week to 10 days.
Okay, well, gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us and taking us through the technical calls. For now, the market is doing just about okay. I mean, there seems to be no great move either way. We opened well and we're sticking to that up move. Through the day today, though, the focus will remain on the 10 years since the Lehman crisis. My colleague Lata Venkatesh spoke with the former RBI Governor Y.V. Reddy earlier. And here's a slice of that conversation on how the crisis happened, how India reacted to it, and how we have moved forward. Take a look.
I became sensitive to the impact of global factors on a domestic economy when I was ED in the IMF.
When you were ED in the IMF, that is 2002?
To 2003, I saw the suffering of Turkey, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico.
Okay.
So therefore, from then on, I felt that one of the most important things for emerging market economies is to be very conscious of the risks from the global economy.
Okay.
And this, after I joined as governor, somewhere around 2000, in a couple of years, I realized that our EMIS as a whole, there are global imbalances and they should be warned. Second is a feeling of discomfort about what was happening. Even in 2005, there's a slight discomfort. Okay. And I think by 2006, again in September 2006, I said that there is excess liquidity. And I think the word I used is there a dark future or something like that.
At what point were global central bankers uncomfortable about the imbalance?
I would say in 2007, when the housing bubble came, and Fannie Mae
and Freddie Mac.
And when they started getting into trouble, and when I was discussing with the governors of the central banks, I sensed, the advanced economists, and we used to meet often, I sensed that they were worried that there is a problem. How to say that something very bad is going to happen, the capital flows may go back, and we should be prepared for that. Okay. So internally we got prepared for it, but that communication, nobody picked up. So when I was almost sure that it would happen is by June, July 2008. And that's where in Manchester I simply said that at that time we used to call it turbulence.
Yes.
It was turbulence.
Financial turbulence.
Financial turbulence. So I said that financial turbulence will become a crisis.
Does it look like India overreacted? Everybody cut rates. So even we have to bring our rates down to, 1% and 2%.
In such a crisis, overreacting is better than underreacting.
Okay.
But that's the beginning.
Yes.
But very quickly it should have been possible to assess that we are not that much affected or whatever it is. But even when the reality of the extent of damage was evident, I think we didn't, we found it convenient to continue. So on all three fronts, that monetary fiscal policy, monetary policy, regulatory forbearance, all three of them in retrospect, I think they were excessive. And that's secondly, they're prolonged. We were too keen to fall in line with the global trend rather than accept that we were not that badly affected.